Boom. We are live. All right, there's a couple things we're going to do today. I've got a couple semi kind of cool announcements to make. And then we're going to be playing All the Months Into the Sky again today because today's going to be the day I completely redo the base. I want to basically take everything down to square one and essentially rebuild it. Like, I want to redo my island to the point where it actually looks nice. Yo, what's up, Tortson? And the reason for this is because I was sitting there the other day, right, watching YouTube, as one does, as a YouTuber, right, trying to pretend I'm the part. And I watched this video by the Voos. Bro, makes me feel like a noob every time. Tortson, that's one of the things that we're doing. One of the things. Yo, what's up, Jackson? I watched a video by the Voos, right? And in this video, I watched it. It's a bee setup. Very, very simple bee setup. He's just got SFM cables running to the bees. I could do that part, right? His base looks so incredibly nice and aesthetic and clean, and just like everything's got a place and everything's in its place. Everything's organized. There's no cable spaghetti like you know, like this. None of any of this. None of this is there. It's so nice, right? Yes, his videos are top notch. And I left a comment on that video because I was so impressed. Like, first of all, explanation, top notch. Second of all, knowledge of SFM, top notch. Third of all, adherence to an aesthetic, even more top notch. Like, just like right up there. So we are going to be, hopefully, the goal for today is to fix this mess to the point where it looks at least semi-nice, right? I don't necessarily know quite what aesthetic we're going for today, but I'm going to try and have today be entirely about aesthetic. That's what I'm going for, all right? We'll see how well we do. We'll see how hard it is to get there. That's not my strong suit, all right? Building's not my strong suit, but we're going to try. I will say, the first thing we're probably doing is tearing down a lot of setups, all right? I mean, every time I find a good looking base on YouTube, right. But today I've got like 3 hours to actually do it. So we're gonna try our best. What I would like, yo, what's up, Unranked, is if y'all could be so kind, if you have any aesthetic ideas that you would potentially, possibly like to throw, I don't know, into singularities, right? Yeah, sure. I don't know if I've made any I'm not gonna worry about that right now. You would potentially like to throw into Discord that I could look at and take inspiration from. I would be oh so happy about that. Can I cardboard box a functional storage drawer? No. That's unfortunate. How do I move a functional storage drawer? Is there an easy way to do it? Look like a floating plane and think, what am I doing? Dude, that's what I feel like right now. Everything looks so incredibly boring and basic. And so we are going to, you can just break the drawer. Oh, and it brings everything with it. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, the goal is to sort of get everything organized again. Why would I want it like that? It's going to pick up a bunch of extra stuff. I don't want to do that. I want the drawer itself. Give me that one. Looking too far up. That's got to be what it was. Okay. So there's that. How's our XP looking? Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. I'm okay with some of this stuff staying where it is for now, as long as what we keep, break it from the side, the understand the drawer when you break. That's actually really good to know. What's up, Gordy? How's it going? Use tape. That would be good too. Christian, how are you? Okay. So where do I even start with this? That's my first question. Because I think the only aesthetic that I've seen so far that I really liked was one Elysium posted in the Best MC Builds chat in Discord. And it was one of like a little hobbit home, a little cozy barn with farm fields and animal pens. It looked so incredibly clean. Like, I actually really liked it. But I don't know how well that goes with Skyblock, you know? That's the internal conundrum I have. But I did really like the aesthetic of it. Tortzen, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm good, how are you? Man, I'm doing good. It's been a good day. It's Friday. I'm hanging out. We're having fun. It's a good day. I'm doing really well. Just got off of a very awkward phone call with a vendor at work. That was great. They sent me an issue, or I sent an issue their way, and they've been troubleshooting it, trying to figure out exactly what happened and what went wrong. And they basically came back to me and said they have no idea. And I said, unfortunately, that's unacceptable. And so they're going back and trying again. We're gonna see if they come back with anything better. But we'll see. I keep seeing videos from the views and builds look awesome. Exactly. Exactly. I don't think I can measure up with that. But I do want to try to build something more aesthetic than this. Looney, how we doing? Just want to drop by and say I have a good stream. I was stopping to stay, but I gotta go watch Conjuring in the theaters. I'll catch you another. Sounds good, Looney. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. How are you? I hope you're doing very well. A very useful response. Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. So anyways, I had a call with our account rep with them, and I was like, look, this just isn't gonna work. Like, I've got to answer to my superiors what went wrong, and you guys have to provide me that answer because I don't even own this. Looney, what are you doing? You're starting that again today. Thank you so much, Looney. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your movie. I guarantee you're gonna enjoy it a lot more than I would. Scary movies like The Conjuring are not my thing. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I was like, we gotta have something. You guys gotta do something here. So, all right. I agree with Tortzen. We're going to abandon completely. Angel. Do I not have an angel block? Oh, I know exactly where it's at. Wonder if I can just make a new one. How expensive is this? Not very, except the crying obsidian I don't have. How does one get crying obsidian? Witch water with obsidian? Conveniently, I have that. All right. Thank you so much, Looney. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, I just wanted to know, like, between you and Mike and Cryptex and PT, dude, my YouTube revenue last month was crazy. Like, it was so cool to see. I think it's a 1x, right? Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, crying obsidian we have now. Go make that angel block. All right, there's that. I don't want to go too far, but I want to go far enough where we can completely start fresh, or maybe even just have enough room where we could build a new island, and then keep some of the stuff here, because like that mob farm is going to be a pain to move, right? Use antimatter to convert obsidian to crying obsidian. Very easy. Yeah, right. Very easy. I'm using spikes for a mob farm and it's dropping armor but not gems. Is there a farm that also gets me gems? So my mob farm uses these mob grinders to kill them. Netherite spikes should drop them, I think. Mob masher definitely does. Yeah, the mob mashers is what I'm using, and I've gotten all of the gems now. Literally all except the Ender Surge gems, because Elysium told me what was wrong with that. I've gotten all of them. For those who are wondering, Ender Surge gems do not just spawn from naturally spawned Endermen in the end. They have to be killed in the end as well. I was unaware of that, but now I know. And so now I can fix that farm. I was thinking if I spawn them in the end and then teleport them to here, that it would work, but it doesn't. Unfortunately, it does not. Okay. smart choices. We're starting with smart choices for the floor. I'm thinking I want it to actually be grass, right? I was using spikes. Guess I'll swap over. Probably got mine from gateways then. Yeah, probably. That makes sense. But they actually have to be killed in the end in order to get them. And thank you to Elysium for letting me know that. I think I'm going to use dirt. I think that's going to be my plan. We're going to get a bunch of dirt. What is the upgrade card I can add to the wireless universal terminal that allows me to auto refill stuff? Export energy quantum bridge magnet card? Magnet card probably, right? Hi, just came in. Please explain, what do you hit a mob? What do you hit a mob and then kill with mob grinder? Is that a meta or more loot? Why do you hit a mob and then kill it with a mob grinder? Restock doesn't need an upgrade? I don't see it. This should be here, right? I don't know why you hit a mob and then kill it with a mob grinder. I don't... What's up here, Notch? I don't know. Enable it above the crafting grid. With the clicker? Oh, why do I have both here? I'm gonna be honest, the clicker here was mostly just to gather XP. Because I don't really need any of the stuff. Some of it's gonna die to that, which is fine. But the majority I was kind of hoping to get XP from. But I don't think my sword's doing quite enough damage. Really, all it is, it's just 2 ways of killing them. I just retrofitted a normal mob farm with mob mashers to also get me XP. That's all it is. Yo, what's up, Dead Gamer? Nugget Ames, hey John, how you doing? I've been in here a while. You know what? I'm doing really, really good. Gear icon, wireless to... Oh. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I honestly had kind of forgotten that was there. I do kind of want to create a pattern for dirt. Because I'm going to need, I think, quite a bit of it. I'm going to dump the rest of that in there for now. My plan is to start with a grass floor. I don't know if I can make grass blocks directly. Oh, I can. Even better. That's exactly what I want. It's at least 1.3. It's whatever the latest update was yesterday. But it is one of the latest updates. So this is my plan right here. Yo, John, I think it's worth it to go Uru. Is it something better? What is that? Uru metal. I don't even know what this is. Molten? Oh, it's silent gear. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, most of the stuff in this pack isn't gonna be strong enough to really warrant anything like that. Try grass plus moss for some extra detail. That my grass square turned out pretty good. Okay, there's a good chance I do that. What I'm thinking is I'm going to start with just like a big circle of something. And then try to work my way out from there. Stick. Got a big netherite stick. Put the obsidian back in there. What other stuff should I go for then? It really depends on what you're trying to do. It sounds like you're trying to become incredibly OP, which you can do pretty easily by maxing out some of your apotheosis stuff. The gems and affixes from that are absolutely crazy and allow you to do some wild things. But it also isn't really super necessary because again, other than like the final in-game boss that you're gonna have to get the draconic stuff for, I really needed to get some torches set up. I forgot about that. There's really nothing you're gonna have to fight. So I honestly go for the draconic gear. That's what I would do. We have a mega torches here. There it is. I'm gonna say we should. Probably have to create 2 of them based off of how big this is gonna be. And then that's gonna be a pain because they're all gonna just stay there. But whatever. Where's my bed at? There she is. Blah blah blah. RF Tools Builder in the pack. It probably is. What about Twilight Bosses stuff? I thought that was in game. It's really not. Like, the only cool thing about some of the Twilight gear is that some of it's affixed. That really is about it. Other than that, it's pretty mediocre stuff. We're gonna clear all this out and hope it stays cleared out real quick. I don't know quite how far that goes. Only boss you need to do here is the Chaos Guardian. Exactly. We are building a new base. That's the plan. We are going to completely revamp and rebuild the base. And hopefully a prettier form and fashion. I don't really need most of that, so we'll throw it all back. That's about to break. I think I can throw it in here with a piece of netherite, right? Several pieces of netherite. 3? All right. Okay. So with that out of the way, let's do this. I'm thinking we start with some sort of a city center. And we're going to add some roads going probably all the cardinal directions to allow everything to connect. Nice little base ideas do you have? The goat is live? Nah, there's no way. There's no way you're calling me the goat right now. Also, I watched your Geor vid, Big Jim. Top notch. Absolutely fantastic. I'd been looking at making a Geor video, but I could not figure out a decent way to do it that was like in any way unique to me whatsoever. But yours was really good. Like, it was really well done. Yo, what's up, Cryptex? I totally missed your comment. Hello, how are you? How's it going? I've been doing bees, also new weather tolerance, rain at its best, also metaneural. What about Twilight Boss stuff? What are we building? New base. What base ideas do I have? So the only one I have is like kind of like a Hobbit theme, but it does not skyblock whatsoever, and so I'm not fully committed to it yet. So we'll see. Currently, I'm trying to get myself just enough room where I feel like I can build whatever I want to, and then maybe add some paths to it. We'll see. This is definitely going to need at least one more of those mega torches. Mega torch. Make gold blocks for it. Throw them in there. What do we say? There's an upgrade for the construction stick to make it use energy instead of durability. It's pretty cheap. Is there really? What is that mod called? Construction sticks. How unique. Construction. I probably could have figured that out on my own. Angel stick destruction, replacement, unbreakable battery. That is remarkably cheap. How do I just, or is it like a smithing table? Got it. Here's me. I started GRs for hours making that. I think I lost my mind. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, that video came out really good. I liked it a lot. Throw this in here with that. Does it need to be full? Smithing table with something else. Apply the template to your stick. Oh, I gotta get a copper block too. It would be cool if they, you know, like mentioned that, but that's fine. There we go. Construction stick. I'll let that thing charge up for just a second. Wow, that's charging slow. I do have player charging, correct? Why is it going so slow? Like, that's weird, right? I agree. I was just watching it this morning. Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Check AI. Does anybody know OP spawn eggs for sweet loot? There's no cave creeper like zombified piglin, gold ingots, nuggets, which sugar. Probably a charge rate limit on that item. Weird. That's weird. But okay, whatever. I'll just let it keep doing its thing for now. Magnet, pick up everything that's here. So, what do we go for? I don't want to go for cobblestone. I feel like some of it's going to have to be framed blocks. But I feel like a lot of it we're probably just going to use like oak for. Unless, no, we're going to start at the center. Let's do some sort of like a tower. What if we did a tower of some sort? Wait, what did I miss? How are you charging the stick? There is apparently an upgrade for the netherite stick where you can charge it.
Yazin S says,
and you apply
why
it
not
with
use
a
player
copper
transmitter?
block.
It's better and stores some energy too.
Because this is cheaper. That's the only reason why I do it, because it actually is cheaper. The player transmitter, especially at the nitro level, is better. And honestly, I probably could make it. Let's swap over to patterns real quick. Player, I'd have to get those, what are they called? Pearls, these guys. I have to look into that. There's another upgrade for unbreakable. That way it doesn't break. That's smart. I should probably put that on there too. Flux is way better. Powa has a transfer. Okay, well, apparently this has got a transfer limit too, unless it's like actually just the stick itself. Which, who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I have no clue. Make the unbreakable template. It makes a stick infinite. Okay. We will do that. Unbreakable template. I don't know if I've got an extra nether star on hand yet. I also don't have crying obsidian, but I do have normal obsidian that I can turn into crying obsidian. Unbreakable. So I just need 2 crying obsidian for that, and apparently I've got it. Nice. Did you see the Voo's video on the power? Apparently the reactors generate the real power states. I did not. That is kind of interesting. Okay, so now I should be able to do this. Go back. How about now? All right. Unbreakable. So then the question becomes, how do I apply it? With another crying obsidian, of course. Okay. Turn that off. Here, that. Can you not have both? That's correct, right? Everything else generates 10k max, it seems. That's interesting. I need a new stick? We're just gonna leave that. Toss all that back in there. I don't need it. Let's use the stick we got. Okay. So I'm thinking we do some sort of a tower in the middle, and then we're gonna do little things going out from it. So about here's the center-ish. What I want to do is make a little something so that I know this is the tower in the middle. Oh, what am I going to use? I don't want to use something dark. I do, but if it's not going to go on the stick I'm using, there's no point in adding it. Yeah, sure. Why not that? So if this is about the center-ish, he looks pretty good. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Break that guy real quick. 2, 3. Okay. That. Fine with me. Okay. That's not bad. I don't necessarily want this to be like a huge tower. I also don't necessarily care what all I do with it. What I do think that I want it to be very tall. Like I want it to look incredibly cool. I don't really want to build the whole thing up. Kind of thinking more just these guys. Kind of making wish I had a building gadget right now. And then I'm going to make the base a little bit wider. I think. We'll see. Oh, you can use time and bottle instead of the time wand? Yes, I have both. And honestly, it's kind of better if you do have both. Because that's all about the same height there. What if I added... No, it's going to square it off too much. What if I actually came out a little bit and did like another... Like a little mini tower here, like 3 high and then 1. You guys are getting to see how poor my design skills are firsthand. That is way too close. And then from there, I'm thinking just build this whole thing up. And then I'm going to find some sort of blocks to fill in on the inside to give it a little bit of depth. Probably some dark gray. You could build one. I could build a building gadget. I probably should. Being an expert builder already, better than anything I can build. No, there's no way. I've thrown like 5 blocks on the ground. There's no way. I guarantee you can make better. All right. Let's do this. Building gadget, let that charge. Yeah, it's got to be a limitation with the actual stick itself then, because the building gadget charges up instantly. So that's a lot closer to what I'm thinking. Man, how high? I mean, if we're wanting this to actually look sick, you know what I need to do? I need to run over here and throw my building gadget through my wireless connector real quick. That way it's linked. One is better than building. Better than me also on building. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for there. And then here we're going to put... On each side, we're going to cover it right there so that I can put a doorway in. And then... You know what we're going to do? We're going to go 1 higher on each of these, I think. And then I'm going to use some angled blocks, maybe? Kind of making me wish I'd gone 1 wider on all of these. We'll see. All right, what's some good dark gray? Cobblestone? Deep slate? Blackstone's in here. We could do some blackstone. I just wonder if that's going to have a nice contrast or not. Oh, that's actually not bad. I don't hate that. I wonder if the bricks look better, though. Like if I did that on the outside and then like this here. Thoughts? Bricks or not? Want some of my personal design? Oh, what's up, PT? Is that an even space build? Hasn't it? You know what? Just for that, I do think okay, to be honest, I was thinking I wanted it to be an odd number because it is evenly spaced. I think we're going to swap to odds just because I can right now. I'm going to keep 1 corner and then we are just going to replace the others real quick. Yeah, so I've...
Crossfire says, I don't remember if
shipped.
TDS has it, but check the Luminax mod. Might of interest to you, laughing face.
I've used a lot of the Luminex blocks before, especially on the last build. So here's what we're gonna do. Instead of being spaced out evenly, we're gonna go 3 and then this. And then what did I have to go 1 out and then cross over like this. And then 3 right there. Break that one real quick. It's gonna make it a little bigger, but I think overall it's gonna look a ton better. There. And then there should be 3. Yeah? Yeah. Perfect. Then we can just build all of these back up to whatever height it was at. PT, how's it going? How are you? Perfect. Bricks look sick. What about deep slate tiles? Ooh, not a bad idea either. What kind of deep slate we've got hanging around? Deep slate. Deep slate. I guess that's not cobbled deep slate tiles. That's just polished. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. These ones. A couple hundred of those real quick. I want to see what these things look like. I do think those are going to look clean. Let me see real quick. Oh, that doesn't contrast. See, I felt like the other one has a little too much purple in it. That actually, I think, is going to look really nice. All right, so then I came out to 1 block, 3, 1. Like so. Yeah. Okay, I do actually really like the deep slate tiles. I may have to make a lot more of those real quick. And we're going to see how that looks. And then snag those and we'll fly up and we'll build those up here. Just like so. And we may even do this above the doorways. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be super clean. I hate that they're not all the same height. Let me make all these the same height real quick, and then I'm going to swap over to that. And we'll make these guys the same height real quick. Perfect. And gilded, don't forget about those. You can add cracked in deep slate tiles too. That's true. That's true. That would look nice. Polished brick to tiles. Did you and I have not announced it yet. We can do that now if you want. So, for those interested, I'm going to swap ink off of that. Add this. And by that I mean mostly PT, has been working on, and Elysium and several of the others have been working on something pretty cool. I don't know why it's not actually showing my actual screen. It should be display capture. And now is it? Perfect. Okay. If you guys were to, right now, hypothetically, go into Curse Forge, you go into this cool little thing here called Discover. And up at the top, you were to potentially search for my name, which would be John Hall, right? All one word. It might potentially pull something up. There's a small chance that it might pull something up. Now, I want y'all to know that the reason we're doing this is because I went from playing all the mods 10 to playing the Feed the Beast packs, right? And I really enjoyed the Feed the Beast packs because all of the intercompatibility between the mods, right? It all just worked. Like there was nothing that was turned off. It was cool. But there were some things that, you know, I thought were still a little too restricted. So there will be some changes. It's still in beta, but a lot of this is just because I feel like, I don't want to say that
Elysium says,
all the mods
to be fair, I've put in no effort for the new community pack. The other guys get all the credit. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, I wasn't sure who all has done what, but we are looking for quests. We would love quests. BTW, we're looking for quest maker. Just saying.
And so a lot of this is really centered out of the fact that I and we actively play a lot of mod packs. And so we kind of, I feel like, have a really good idea of what people want out of a mod pack. And so that's what we're going for here. We're not trying to turn off everything arbitrarily. We're not trying to be all the nerfs, right? This is supposed to be a pack that you can install and play and have fun and actually try things between different mods so that they actually, you know, work. And it's not like the clicker where you can't put, you know, certain things in the clicker because, you know, fake player or whatever is turned off, right? The goal is not to nerf all of that stuff, right? So it's there. It's still in very, very early beta, right? Keep that in mind. But that does exist, and we will be doing some things with it later on. Keep that in mind as well. So yeah, there you go. That's the cool big announcement for today. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Give me 2 seconds. I got to take this call. Sorry about that. That was my neighbor. He was calling a chit chat. I didn't want to tell him. Yeah, hey man, I'm streaming Minecraft on YouTube right now. You know, like I thought that would be a funny conversation, but I don't know. He probably wouldn't even understand it. So we avoided that. So I'm thinking we're gonna do that there. And then I'm thinking we do more of those. No, not those ones. No, it's not you. Deep slate tiles. Yeah, let's do one side out of this real quick. And I'm going to see how I like it. And if I don't, then we're going to do something else there. I actually don't mind that at all. There you go. Holy moly. What? What the heck, PT? Whoa, dude. For those who want to participate and help on the John Hall Community Pack, we're in most need of quest makers and Cube.js coders. Yo, PT, first of all, thank you so much, all right? Thank you. That's huge, huge. Second of all, yeah, absolutely. If anybody wants to hop in and help out, I would absolutely love to make that into something that is a ton of fun. And I don't want to say that it was born out of frustration with all the mods, but I have to say, like, it is incredibly frustrating sometimes to
Alessium says,
go ahead.
PT,
Honestly,
it rain.
making it rain. That's crazy. Yeah, he is on that 5K chat point grind. Yo, what's he at? What's he at? I can go see. Top fans. Yo, he got it. He's over the 5,000 XP. That's crazy. That's actually wild. Someone should set up a server with the pack so we can test it out. We will likely set up a server for it. There's a good chance that I'm going to get Berry Bites to actually host that server for us.
Where's Mick for our donation war?
Where's Mike for our donation war? Actually, Looney was already in here today, and he did donate 10. So you have a little bit of some competition. But he did say that he was going to watch a movie, so he couldn't hang around. So I don't know if there's going to be much of a war there necessarily, right? That's crazy, though. Thank you so much. But I would absolutely love for this mod pack to turn into something that, you know, like the community gets a say-so in what we nerf, what we don't, what's allowed, what's not, what the recipes are for things. If things are too hard, not hard enough, right? I feel like the only time I have seen like all the mods team listen to that was with MI, where they made it optional. That's crazy. How much to call him back? I don't know. I don't know if we even can. That's wild, dude. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. For this, what if we took this tower, made it incredibly tall, right? Super tall tower. And then we turned it into where we put our AE controller at the top. Thoughts? For the deep slate tiles above the door, move them one inward, one block to get build depth so it's not flat on the sides. So one more. That's actually a good idea.
For the deep slate tiles above the door, move them inward one block to give the build depth and not so flat on the sides.
Yeah. So you're saying right here. Maybe not the bottom one there, but like that, right? Yeah, that does look a lot better. Honestly, top tier suggestion. Can you tell I'm not a builder? Oh, that's gonna look so much better.
Crossfire says,
that's so much
I'm
better.
Almost at XP, might as well reach it. Laughing face.
You're almost at 6,000? That's crazy, dude. I thought you were telling me you couldn't make stream tonight. I did go live early so that you could be here while we announced it, because I know you put a ton of work into it. I need to delete that one. But thank you so much, dude. That's crazy. Make the controller be in weird shapes instead of a square for a more interesting look. I actually like that. What? Okay. You got some pictures of like a crazy controller shape I could go off of? Because as of right now, for better or worse, I'm the only mental image I have in my head for this tower is Isengard. That's so not where I wanted that to be. 3. Go 3 higher. Three higher, right? And then one more right there. Okay, so that is 3 high. This is 1 too high. You're getting the same vibes? Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of as I was building it. 4, 5, 6. There we go. Make the controller the shape of J. Can you? Is that a thing? Could I do that? And then what if I went 1, 2, 3? I feel like that ties it in a lot better. Otherwise, it looks kind of separated. 1, 2, 3. Take a look at this. Give me some light. I gotta get light. Bingo. I'm supposed to be asleep already, but I'm drunk. Jeez, PT. As long as there's no plus-shaped connections, you should be able to. That makes sense. So do I actually use it as a controller if I do that, though? That would be funny. Also, Elysium, thank you for explaining to me why I was not getting Ender Search gems. I don't know why. I sincerely thought that it would just had to be mobs that were naturally spawned in the end. I didn't realize you actually had to kill them in the end for that to work. Dude, with y'all's help, this thing's gonna look really good. What I want to do is get some framed blocks and do some of the angled ones here for the entrances, and then probably do some sloped stuff. Got over tomorrow. I can't want to be able to walk, dude. PT, you're crazy. All right, you're crazy. Put some P2Ps on top and leave the bottom faces visible. That's fair. Okay, I think what I really want to do here is get...
P Crossfire says, Syat.
See ya. It was good to see you, dude. You're crazy, by the way. How... I don't want to go up to about here. And then at this point... branch out a little bit and make it a flat top, right? Something like that. What I'm feeling. Also, it is literally going to look like Isengard. And I'm kind of okay with that. What if I did every single build as like a slightly different variation of some Lord of the Rings thing? So like this is going to be the center and it's going to look like Isengard, right? And then what if I did like my B area look kind of like the Shire, like kind of like Elysium's build that he posted earlier today, with like the little farm area? That would look sick, right? And then did little pass. Like I'm not going to make it a map of that because that would be way too much effort. But conceptually, that would be sick. Hey, what are we building? We are redoing our base because our base currently looks like trash, and I want it to look cool. Let's see. I love you, PT. Thank you. The Eye of Sauron, but the Could we make an ME controller that looked like the Eye? Change the tower to be a door, and the controller can be the Eye. See, okay, so he got it. That's exactly what I was thinking. Are the mechanism pipes better than the pipe mod ones? It depends on how you look at it. I think the mechanism pipes are more expensive, but at a certain point can transfer more. And you don't have to do like the upgrades, like you are upgrading the pipes themselves rather than like, I don't know, the adding the add-ons to like the export parts of it. How far did I go out over here? Going 1 out on E, right? So there, to here. Either that or I did it wrong. I think that's correct. Does a pack have fake a controller decoration block, or just it looks like a, you know what we probably could do is we could probably do framed blocks with like an MAE controller, right? Don't you think?
Lex
Is it in
Unam
the corners or is it
looks like
fully
trash. If you play it frame by frame, you can see the moment when Lex Unam and other non-builders get their heart broken.
I'm sorry. I think that's what I did there. For the record, I myself am a non-builder, all right? I am by no means good at this.
Torrid Sun says, Draconic battery on the top to look like the eye.
Ooh. He's actually right. No, like, you're right. Frame blocks wouldn't be lit up like the powered controller. That's true. That's true. What's up? It's Little Z. How's it going? How are you? I missed a question earlier. Hey, what are we building? We are building a new base. That's the plan here. Firefighter said, hey, John, how's it going? Thank you for the helpful videos on all my 10 catching live on a cruise ship as I leave for Alaska. That's crazy. But hey, welcome in. How you doing? How's it going? Good to see you. Thank you so much for telling me the videos were helpful. That's what I try to do. I try to be helpful. Sometimes I hit the mark, sometimes I don't. Especially when I say things in videos that get nerfed. Okay, so it's just because I need to put another line there and another line here. Is that better? Is that more centered? It looks more centered. More rounded. I don't hate that as much. Okay. So then, does anybody like have a reference image of what the eye looks like? Because I need to create like there's two little like pylons for Barador to like not pylons, they're like sticks basically, spikes. Even change some of the colors on the battery would look sick. That would look so sick. I obviously can't make it yet, but it would look so cool. Okay, give me Google Images Barador.
Lex Unam says, but you should make it like 5 times bigger, from Y64 to 320 in order to have a BEEG base, not just a small stick.
Just crashed a server, a friend of the mob farm. Any tips for Dreadful Dirt mob farm? Actually, I built one. Is there anything in particular you're looking for on that? Because I just got done making mine. So what he does, I do agree that it needs to be bigger. Also, it's got these flares. It's crazy flares. But yeah, so this is really small for the record right now. I agree. Average. So basically starts like this and then goes all the way up, but it does extend past a little bit. Like so. Like that. And then it's got some 3D to it where like this part here is bigger. Kind of support that block is bad. I'll put that one there. But something like that, I don't actually hate it. That's the first time in a while I free-handed something and just didn't completely hate it. Okay. So, if that's our pylon, yeah. And then this one goes to there to wrap around something like that on both sides. What do you guys think? Is it bad? Question, when playing mod packs like this, did you learn it all yourself or refer to videos? I can tell you I didn't learn it all myself. I definitely referred to videos. There's a lot of really good videos out there. One of the first creators that I started watching was Alfred GG. The first video I watched was his mob farm video for All the Mods 8. And I absolutely loved it. And it's incredibly informative. There, so this is what that looks like. Does it go all the way to the edge? No, there's one extra block there. So it goes to there. Okay. And then these three all the way. Then the question is, how far up does it go before it cuts over? I could probably copy paste this, couldn't I? So that looks right. And then that 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Lex Unam says, John have the chat, to sass him on the right direction, and the sass part is not a joke. If you stay here long enough we'll see it by your own.
Yes, yes you will. I do. I get a ton of sass for literally everything I do and everything I build. Okay, that's correct. This needs to be like 2 blocks lower. Like there. No, 1 block off that. We're close though. Just watch a video of it today. Yeah, they're really good. Copy paste gadgets replicated on the other side is 100% what I should have done. We're gonna have to move the holder arcs to the top so wider so the eye can fit in the middle. Draconic orb is pretty big. I guarantee we're gonna have to do that. Thank you for the videos, but I'm really struggling on the storage in ATM 10. What part of storage are you struggling on? I did actually just make a new video on storage specifically. What was that, about a week ago? And so that one might help. So it's supposed to only be 2 tall there, right? What am I missing? This is all 1 too far out. All right, back a little bit. That one's not supposed to be there.
Lex Unam says, first tip, item collection that can handle hundreds or even tens of thousands of items. Then second tip, killing machine of your choice.
Indeed, those are very good tips. Okay. Should have just copied this to the other side. Why am I trying to do this by eye? All right, that looks correct there. It goes up 2, it goes up 2, that's fine. There's not enough light. Like straining my eyes to try to see this. You should make one side of the base Mordor themed and the other side Gondor themed. That would be sick. Sunk time fallacy. Stop, Torts, not again. Not again. I'm committed. All right, that, and this one's actually correct. That one's correct. Does it go back at all there? No, it just goes up to there, and then the rest of it's its own thing. So this is not. That's right. Is it? Somebody tell me if that's right or wrong. It looks pretty good to me. Except maybe this block here. I don't know if that's on this side.
Lex Unam says, not enough light, says the one that needed sass to have night vision. How the tables turned.
All right, you're right. All right, you're right. So I think I went up too high on the wrong ones. Because this is correct, but this one's just supposed to be too high. There, right? Yes, this one's correct. And that is correct. Goes out, that's fine. This is supposed to be 1 block high. This is supposed to be 2 blocks high. Yeah, and then I just need that whole back layer, which starts right here. 1, 2, 3. Boom. We did it. Heck yeah, let's go. 3rd time's a charm. It's wrong still. Yeah. No, it wasn't symmetrical, but we got it. Now it's symmetrical. That's correct. And that's correct. It's right. Yes. Okay. We all agree? You probably make the celestial manipulator. It's always day. That's true. I should. The bottoms go down 1 more block. I think that's right. Oh, shoot. You're right. Okay, all right. Next time, copy paste, right? 100%. Next time we copy paste that, right? Yo, what's up, Dragons for King? How's it going? All right, that looks correct. I like it. I can live with that. No, actually, we were initially going for Isengard. Now it's turned into Barad-dûr. And we're gonna see what else happens with it. I'm gonna cover over the top here, and I think I'm gonna put an elevator in, probably.
Lexunam says, don't worry, we TDS sass you to make it right.
Yeah, that's true.
Alessium says,
I don't have a chance
ADHD
to make it wrong.
has left the chat.
Nice, you got it. It took some time. All right, Sassy, took some time. What's up, Tanner? How's it going? Oh, a giant eye in the middle, Shirley. Yeah, we're going to. But there's a specific thing that I want to put there. There's going to be a draconic reactor, or a draconic battery that's going to go there eventually. Not there. It's going to need to be like out 50 blocks, but it's going to look sick. I rebuilt my surge, but I cannot transfer my items from my farms there.
Rocky says,
sounds
I
inconvenient.
have rebuilt the storage, but I cannot transfer my items from my farms there.
I'm going to do my building stream when you're done streaming. Hopefully finish Castle tonight. Heck yeah, that's awesome. That's sick.
Lexunam says, now, get 8k EXP, get op item and fight Chaos Guardian.
I don't want to do that.
Torrid Sun says,
I'm just now
craft
building a
an energy
base.
core just so you can enable the highlight to see what will be the size of the battery.
Okay. I mean, do you have to have anything draconic for that? Energy 4. This guy? I don't have any of that. I'm not even close to that yet. I'm not even close to that yet. I can't even begin to explain how far away from that I presently am. I'm great at dying to the Chaos Guarding and distracting it from other people. I feel that. Is that what, I think that's what you did in our To the Sky playthrough, right? I remember we had several people, and I was one of them, just distracting so a couple people could take it down. Probably do those are not expensive. Yeah, but I'd have to set it up.
Says, lack health Mal.
And the point of this is I'm trying to get all of the stuff moved over to a decent looking base. So what I'd like to do is, now that I have this here, and I know this is going to be like my centralized location, what if I moved all of my storage drawers over here? Like, obviously that's going to mess with some stuff, but I'm trying to, like, would that be the best thing to have in the center? Because I could, you could run them along these little slots right here,
the easier
right?
way to transfer is Ender Chest or Dim Chest.
Yeah,
Where's
absolutely.
your farm? Which dimension?
Took it down 59 times in an hour. Woo, that's a lot of deaths. That is a lot of deaths. Okay. I'm not necessarily in love with the concept of chests inside of there. To replace the tiles with frame drawers and replicate the tile skin. That's true. I could do that. Or what is another Minecraft themed something that has anything to do with storage? Because I love the concept of doing like a Shire build or like bees or something, right? I think that would look really cool. But I'm trying to think of anything Lord of the Rings related that has anything to do with like storage. The only thing that comes to mind is like Helm's Deep or something, but that sounds like an undertaking that I don't think I'm prepared for. For now, I'm gonna grab some grass blocks. Actually, I can just use this. Is there another option? Oh, we're just gonna use it here.
Lexunam says, barrels of alcohol from The Hobbit.
That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. Grass blocks. Need a bunch of them. Thank you. So let's do this. Actually, let's do a path in the middle. I think this is going to end up being a gigantic build, just for the record. And I'm kind of okay with that.
Alessium says, a giant Minecraft chest build. That is built of framed storage drawers.
I don't hate that. That actually sounds sick. So then the question would be, what do I do with all the stuff that's in my current drawers? Is that even? I can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. That's 3 wide. That's perfect. Can't wait to see this be finished. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually really pumped for this. It's been a while since I've been pumped for any sort of like actual building, And that's mostly because I don't do it. I don't build at all. So, what if?
Lex Unam says, I would put the controller that we have in the server that have a ton of sides for stuff. The Sath roller's overrated.
I agree. Let's do this. I'm going to put all of this here. How hard do you think it would be to use other blocks to make something look like a chest? Like wool or something like that. You think that'd be difficult? Think we'd have a building comp whose base is bigger and better? Dude, I would lose that in a heartbeat. That's not even a competition. Don't even. I'm not a builder. This is so out of my comfort zone right now. You don't even understand. I'm so bad at this. For storage, the only thing I can think of is a prancing pony. Not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Hey, John, glad to catch a live stream finally. Are you willing to answer questions about ATM 10? Throw them at me. Let's hear them. If I can't answer them, you've got probably 4 or 5 of the smartest modded Minecrafters I can think of in the chat right now. So go for it. It depends. I don't know if there's a camo in this pack.
Says,
that's fair.
It depends. I don't know if there is camo in the pack.
Nah, it doesn't look like it. And unless that was something camo? Is that what we're looking for? Craft together with a block. Collision camoing the block? What does that even do? You might have to run me through what that does. Hey bro, your tutorials have been helping me a lot with ATM 10. I was wondering, is there a good video on how to automate inscribers? I'm trying to go for the quantum armor. Kind of. Really what you're trying to do to automate inscribers is to not have to use them anymore, if I'm being honest. In fact, one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen on one of the community playthroughs we've done is somebody asked Elysium, hey, I've got all the inscribers, where do you want me to put them? To which Elysium responded, in the trash. Because they're a really slow way to automate all of the AE2 stuff. What you really want to do is have circuit slicers set up like this with your patterns in them. And then you want to have crystal assemblers set up like this with the patterns for all of those processors. And then you want the max acceleration upgrades in here. And then you just have to tell it to auto export and then where to auto export to. So crystal assemblers and circuit slicers are the much faster, much better way to go for all of the AE2 processors. That's the way to go. It's the ultimate facade. It can mask any block as any other block. Okay. Can it masks, like if I were to do like I don't even know how big this is. So it's 8 on one side, 8 on the other, plus 3, 16, 3, 19. Come in 2 on either side. If I was going to do a 15 by 15 chest that I could have a doorway in the middle, is that possible? Looks like kind of poo because the textures, maybe terracotta since it's a bit flasher and the white texture range. Right. I'm on ATM 10, not this guy. What would be your most recommended weapon prior to Aldemodium? Currently have an enchanted netherite obsidian paxel that's fairly enchanted. Non-Aldemodium. So before Aldemodium? It probably netherite. It has to be, right? I think you pretty much got it. The next one that I would upgrade to would be Aldemodium, and that's just because it's unbreakable. Refined obsidian. I mean that's a pretty formidable weapon for where you're at. Aldemodium's not hard to get though, so I would probably the Supremium sword. That's true. You could do some of the mystical agriculture weapons. I kind of tend to forget about them because I don't use them as much. But okay, get rid of that. So if I'm coming in 2 on each side, it should be so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's exactly where I wanted it to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. So I could cut off a couple blocks here at the back. Then that is on this line right here. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. If I were to build a chest that big, honestly, Elysium's not wrong either. I have a video on how to make a wooden sword that can do 10,000 damage in a single swing. I would check that out because Apotheosis is really the thing that's going to make your weapon the strongest? Are we looking at deep dark? After extensive search, no ancient city, the compass wouldn't point to another zone. I wouldn't worry about the compass. There is a ritual that you can do through R's. And I should make a video on this because I haven't yet. But you're looking for the ritual of locate structure. This guy right here. Look up how to make it. And then I know Chosen has a video on how to use it, but you're looking for this guy right here. This one right here. That's not it. This one. Deep Slate Brick. That's going to take you directly to an ancient city. So you don't even have to mess around with finding the deep dark and anything else. That'll take you directly to the ancient city rather than the deep dark. Making a short on finding the city, dude, that's great. Because the only reason I haven't made a video on it is because it doesn't fit into anything else, right? It's so hard to like fit this into another video because it's good information to have, but you know, there's not a good way to fit that into a video. But that is what I would do for sure. Never played with R's before, so it's time to learn a new mod. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And if Dragonstir makes a video on it soon, then that would be a good thought as well. I would watch it. Short. So, is there a way for the block palette? Use dark gray terracotta for the chest outline.
For the block palette, use dark gray terracotta for the chest outline. Then various stripped oak, jungle, and spruce logs for the orange part of T.
I'm gonna have to like get a textured part of like a chest, like a super zoomed in. Is there no way using those things that y'all had, the things where the camo things and these things? Is there a way to basically just put a bunch of blocks there and then have it camoed into a chest?
Just like the 5 tips rando form ATM, do 5 videos for R's like automating some stuff.
That's a fair point. That's actually not a bad idea at all, Lex. I like that. So is this not an option for what I'm looking at doing? If so, that's okay. I just figured it was worth asking. 5 tips for R's. I mean, it's a good idea. Dark gray. Where's terracotta? Just terracotta. Light blue cyan. Where's dark gray? Is that a thing? You've got all kinds. Gray. Oh, it's because I'm spelling gray wrong. Jeez. Gray. Terracotta. Light gray. That's actual gray. That's wool. I don't want the glaze. Why can't I find it? And am I blind? Are we just talking gray here? Is there no dark gray? Is that not a thing? It's just gray? Okay, well that makes sense why I wasn't finding it. I'm so confused. Automation, some stuff. Camo is to facade 1 block. For a big thing, it won't work. Just light gray and gray. Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to do this. Yeah, I wasn't on a pattern. You think gray is going to work as an outline, or should I use black? I should be able to actually access that from here. Toss it in there, and then I should... like 100. Should have dye essence, I think. I don't actually know if I do. Does it not know how to... I thought for sure it knew how to make terracotta. Smelting clay. I didn't expect this to be the thing that was going to be the holdup. Normal terracotta. I want that. I'm still not on the patterns. That. And then I do have a recipe for that. Perfect. Okay. Now I just got to run this over here to here. Toss it in there. 200 of those real quick. You would use brown terracotta for the outside. Just slap down a vanilla chest. Look at it for reference. Each pixel is the actual chest is 1 block. The bigger picture. Okay. All right. Let's do that. We're going to grab this. I'm going to grab a chest. If I can spell, I will at least. We'll grab this guy right here. And then we're going to fly through there. We're going to put this down right here. So, how close is that to this? That's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad at all. And since I'm doing this, I can actually like actually make it 3D and everything too. Okay, so it's 1 pixel around the whole thing. 1 pixel. Tax, what are you doing, dude? You know you don't have to do that. Thank you so much, man. Till the 15th. All right. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a ton. It's very kind and incredibly generous. Look at Discord. Okay, one sec. Where's that? Discord? There. Oh, dude, we're about to full screen that. I agree. It may have been like a black may have been better, but I think this is going to work just fine. I've never done pixel art before in my life. We're about to see how decent I am at this. Is it 15 across or close to that? Like, did I just happen to do the perfect number? And then I am leaving this open here because I want a door into it. So it's just going to be missing part. So it should be 15 by 15 then, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? Yeah. That seems so tall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. No clue where I'm at relative to where I should be. Final block height is 81. All right. 81. How am I doing so far? You have a super chat thing now. I know. It's cool. There's like a bar at the top. $81. Okay. So then from here, cut straight across in all directions as well. Honestly, Lex, this picture is so helpful.
14x14x14. However, I believe you can use a create to open the mouth of it.
Got you. Okay. I don't know if that would be wild if I could. The problem is I'm now building 15 by 15 because it needed to be an odd number. Create opening it would be absolutely sick. I agree. Okay, so at the top, we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this is the one that's going to have the opening on it. And I believe that's on all sides, right? Does the back look any different? Or is the black back just a line as well? It's just a line and it's just 1 pixel, right? Yeah, it's just 1 pixel. Okay. So this is actually the easy part. The hard part's going to be when I start a framed door in the center so you can make the door completely invisible. That's such a smart idea.
Says,
it's such a smart idea.
So you can make the door completely invisible.
Oh, this is I am actually more excited about this than even the other thing that we've done. Like, yeah, the castle was cool, their tower was cool or whatever, but a chest for the storage room that like A opens and B looks exactly like a chest. I don't like create the idea of the mouth opening or feeling the teeth would be that would be sick. Okay, so we're actually going to squeeze that in all the way, and then the door is going to go right there. So let me grab a framed door. This is going to be a pain, mostly because I'm going to need to make a bunch of patterns for framed blocks in order for this to work right. Framed, I'm not even going to search for it. Framed door, and then framed cubes. Okay, that actually was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Every other time I do this, when we're getting into like trapdoors or like angled stuff or anything like that, is such a pain. Now, please tell me that both of these, oh, they are. That's gonna look so good. Is there a framed sliding door? That would be sick too. There's an iron door, but that's it. but this is going to look so good because it's going to be perfectly seamless. Okay, so how do I get textures? That's going to be the next thing. Let's go. I need basically every color of terracotta in the yellow to orange color scheme.
Alessium says, for framed blocks, just make a pattern for framed block, and then craft a saw block that lets you turn the main framed block into any other framed.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so the problem is these are too pink. They don't go with the white gray color scheme that I'm looking at for like the latch. The latch is the next thing I want to do because I'm terrified of the rest of it. So this is like white and gray all the way down. That's actually not a bad color at all for some of those. And that is cyan? The problem is white is like pink. Luminax for the light. That's actually fair. That's fair. Add Luminax. Yeah. Okay, because some of these, I think, there's going to be... If they're going to put out light, I don't know. It's not that it doesn't have any texture. It just doesn't have a lot. Okay, so I need to make sure I'm in the middle. Oh, that's going to be the problem. All right, latch is going to be 3 blocks wide instead of 2. It's going to be these 3. So that one there is the widest. I feel like the latch is going to stick out. I think it had, yeah, concrete might work.
The latch should be clay block in upper left corner, progressing to different stone variants.
Clay block, clay. I think, if I'm being honest, the clay block, because the top left does look a lot like it's just straight white. The clay looks like it's that one. Doesn't it? And then like, is this lighter or darker? Maybe a shade darker? Yeah. Like that. The problem is I do need this 3 wide. I think we're going to put another clay block right here. So I'm kind of freehanding the latch just a touch. But these 3 here are like really, really light gray. Light gray. Concrete. Gray concrete powder. Light gray dye. Make some of those real quick. I think if I mix in concrete powders with the potential for some concrete.
Now I understand why the infusing stuff is broken. Someone build the patterns in the same machine. That's why it's slow. I need to fix it to make it.
It was probably me, if we're being honest. So those are the 2 new colors we have. Doesn't go there for sure. This is a lot lighter. I think you're right. Dare I say it? I believe you were correct. So, clay. Where'd the clay go? That is clay. More like there. And then it does get darker as it goes down. I mean, it could make it like as faster. It seems overkill. Yeah, so that's how you get it. You get it by growing wheat. That is the way you get the verdant spring. Hey, I wanted to ask, how long do you think the regular ATM 10 server will stay up? I'd like to join, but I don't know if it's still worth it. I'm kind of new to modded Minecraft. Just want to try some stuff out. Go for it. I don't plan on taking it down. If I do, I will probably send a message out. But as of right now, it's up. People play on it. And as long as people are playing on it, then I'm going to keep it up. So the darkest point is right there. Means I want to reserve that for a slightly darker gray. Light gray, light gray. Light gray shulker box. Interesting.
Polished smooth stone in upper left corner, then a strip of light gray concrete powder, then clay block, and then stone in bottom right corner.
Polished.
Lex Unam says, as far as people's playing, the server will stay up, unless John resets it.
Which I don't plan on doing. I did once for the... we got to get rid of that. That's way too white. I did once for the To the Skies one, just because so much had been done on there. I really feel like, is that not? Okay, give me a second. Polished smooth stone. Polished smooth stone. Polished smooth stone. Ooh, you're right. That actually looks really good. Smooth stone. Can I polish it here? I cannot. What is that? Polish smooth stone. Is that chiseling? How do I make that polished smooth stone? It was just there. Polished. Workbench by Chipped. Right, I'm gonna grab a stack of this real quick then. And then workbench. A botanist, engineer. Is this the one? This one I need? A botanist workbench? I don't think that's it, but it's by the right mod.
Mundul 44 says, by any chance were you there tomorrow in a Walmart in Maple Shade, New Jersey? I saw someone who looked very similar to you and was with
me. No, I in fact rarely leave my house. I've been you there tomorrow? Maybe I missed that. Was that it? Did I miss it? Eroded. I'm looking for smooth polished. That's what I want. Okay. No, I never leave my house. Also not in New Jersey. I live in Texas. I have also not invented time travel yet, but I'm working on it. I like that. I gotta go all the way back up. Where was frame block? My favorite detail to use the frame stair block to create a cool looking industrial gates. That's true. That's fair.
44 says, sorry, I meant yesterday.
No, I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I have been at my house for like the last week. Also, I live in Texas. So that would be quite a far ways. That looks garbage, doesn't it? I think it looks close enough. Is it close enough? Can we say it's close enough? You know what we need to do? We're gonna create a couple more patterns right now. I need to create some framed vertical slabs. Framed vertical slabs.
Lex Unam says,
where are those at?
The bench
Framed?
just sass out Tor by working the same.
There's a chisel version of that one, not a botanist. Got you. Okay. Slab. So I need the slab that's up and down because I think this looks dumb as a 3 and I want it as a 2, but I want to come in half a block here and half a block there so that way it's centered all the way up. Does that make sense? You've done more than I would have done already. I kind of want things to look nice. I don't know why. Is there a way to do it? I thought there was a vertical slab, but I'm just not seeing it anymore. A framed slab, double slab. Isn't that a thing? A vertical slab? Framed vertical something. Vertical. Divided stairs is not it, right? Called a panel? That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so now we go back and we make that into a pattern. Framed panel. Pattern. And then we throw that in here. And then I want... That'll work. And... I need to move a bed closer. Or set up infinite daytime. One of those two needs to happen for sure. French vertical salad. It does sound funny. You know what? Flying in from afar, it doesn't look bad. Polish andesite, stone, light gray concrete, and gray concrete powder. Okay. So we've got polished andesite, light gray concrete. I think that's our order. I think this is going to look so much better with it being framed on both sides. Okay, light gray concrete, the powder, clay, polished smooth stone. Because it's actually going to be the right size. So polished smooth stone. We had clay at second to the tallest. Right there. That wasn't it. That was supposed to be this. That's supposed to be this. How do I kick something out of there? I don't know if vertical salads work. I don't know if they will either.
Lex Unam says, I don't know if the vertical salads will work with the create.
I'm not entirely sure, but I really like the way this is starting to look. Which one is this? That's supposed to be clay, right? It is. That. And then this down here was the light gray concrete. Not the powder, the actual light gray concrete. That looks so much better. That is actually like the size of it too. All right, what do we think? Is that bad? Does it look good? Is there a video on circuit slicers to make the processors? Kind of. There's kind of a video. It looks good.
Elysium says that framed hammer will remove blocks.
Framed hammer. I will remember that for next time. I made a video on AE2 basics that includes part of that, but not a ton of it. Really, all there is to it, that video will show you how to get intro. Do that. That'll allow you to make the circuit slicer and the crystal assembler. All you have to do in here, attach it to a pattern provider, provide all of the patterns for these things. Inside of here, the only configuration you're going to do, 4 acceleration cards, auto export, select your pattern provider to export stuff back to that. Literally, that's all there is to it. You have one of those, and one of you, hey, go watch that one for sure. Because I have not made a guide on it because, again, I find it so hard to find topics I can stay on topic with, and it's not just like, hey, there's 150 random things that I think you should know. Which, honestly, those videos do well too. I probably should do one of those videos. Okay, we are going to find the grossest color pattern of yellow to orange and brown that I can possibly find. Need 30k infused alloys and another brain to make it move. Yeah, we got Dragonster King here.
Lex Unam says, I need 30k infused alloys and I don't have the brain to make it work now.
Concrete, terracotta. What are we thinking? Good evening. Hey, how's it going, Sir Welshie? How are you? What's up, Dead Soul? What are we thinking here? X random things you should know about ATM 10 was how I found your channel. Really? That's crazy. 30k is a lot. I always see amazing base builds on all the mods Reddit. Realize how bad I am at building. Dude, I don't understand how people do it. I am not good at it at all. I think we're going to definitely get patterns for orange. Which means I'm going to need this pattern and then the pattern for the orange dye. We got to get a pattern for yellow. And yellow dye. What other colors in the middle there are there? Because, I mean, we could do a brown. There's some brown in there for sure. Brown dye. I don't know if it's necessarily that dark brown. Is there a light brown? Or is that just, that's just normal terracotta, honestly. We're kind of trying to make a color palette here a little bit.
For the orange part, use a mix of stripped oak, jungle, spruce, and dark oak.
That's actually really true. So you guys do it together. Play dragons, dude, that'd be crazy. That'd be a lot of fun. Stripped oak, jungle, spruce, and dark oak. Okay. Jungle. I don't know if I have any actual. Do I have wood essence? I should have wood essence. So then I just have to figure out stripped acacia actually looks really good. That's really orange though. Okay, so Jungle. Yeah, those actually look pretty good. If I did stripped logs, I think that'd look really nice. Okay. Make some of these real quick. Then I just need an axe. Snag the actual terracotta real quick. Give me an axe real quick. And then... Have my stick on me still? I do. Let's do this real quick. Really, I should have just made one line, but here we are. All right, then we do this. That's actually going to look so good. Okay, so I'm going to try to order these in order of their colors. So this is like...
Elysium says, put down one of each stripped log to see the block palette.
Yeah. Okay, there's that. There's some terracotta. We're going to actually go with all the blocks that I have so far. Just so I can better get an idea. Yellow dye. Did I not make a yellow dye pattern? I thought I put it in there. Orange dye? It likes orange dye, fine. That's weird. Okay, so we're saying oak. We'll place a couple of these down. We'll get them all stripped. Where is my sticky stick? And then where is my super suit? What that sounded like. That wasn't what I was trying to do. It was very close to what I was trying to do. Unfortunately, I was not crouching. So crouch this time, then ulti-mine, then right click. And then break it all. Okay.
Lex Unam says,
okay.
Remember that I said I need 10k alloys?
Yes.
I missed 1 0 in that. I need 278k.
Jeez. You're okay. I started Optimus 10 to the sky earlier today, waiting for work shift in so I can get chapter 2 started. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Block and offhand, you stick to place them all at once. It's smart. I should be doing that. Okay, so we said for the orange part, use a mix of stripped oak, jungle, spruce, and dark. So spruce. I think all stripped logs are gonna look pretty good, right? So you're saying put this into the offhand, up in the air, and just place it down, and then do this. Right? Yeah, that's actually gonna look pretty good. All right. This is darker for sure. But that's going to look really good right around the handle. Like for these pixels right in here. That's going to look perfect for that. And then, what was the other one we had? What settings or mod is making your hotwire display 1K? I get that question all the time. So if you have a wireless universal terminal, click this button right here. You can enable restock. You notice down at the bottom, it changes the number that I have. Basically, it allows you to pull stuff out of your inventory without actually having to go into your inventory. But I get that question a lot, especially on videos that aren't about like anything to do with it. People see that and are like, how on earth do you have 1.1 million of something in your hand? It's funny. Okay, there we go. Break it all. Place the strip jungles down. Is that what this was? I already had that. Okay. So the dark oak was the one I didn't have yet. Dark oak logs. Oh, these are going to be real dark. So these might be more of the like actual outline around the handle. One of those in the hand. Jump up, place it down. The axe, thank you. I changed it. Shapeless. All right, I think that's all of them. I think those might be just like a shade too dark. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. So let's give this a shot. So that is supposed to be sticking out one. If I were going to do these, I would put them there, here, across the top there, And that's it. Right? We are building a chest. We are trying so hard to get a pixel perfect chest here. That's what we're doing. I'm trying to filter out items from a chest that has enchantments. Do you know how I would do that? Are you trying to filter out for specific enchantments or just anything that has enchantments or what? Trying to filter out from a chest that has enchantment. Use pipes to filter NBT data such as enchant, affix, and gems. Yes, you can. Heck yeah, we're trying to get it good. I'm not great at this though. In fact, I'm remarkably bad for somebody who's really trying to do it. Might as well be setting place survival inventory of the AE system at this point. Yeah, for real. There we go. So just got that question yesterday. Yeah, I get it a lot. It's very cool. It is so simple to do, but most people miss it, and it is incredible, especially when you're doing stuff like this where you're trying to build stuff. I think we kind of go for... The problem is none of these are yellow enough, right? I feel like the chest is a lot more yellow. So what's the problem with yellow dye? Oh, it's because I got the wrong pattern in there. That's why.
Alessium says, now move the real chest over to the block palette so you can easily compare the palette to the actual puzzles.
Just set it right there.
Lex
so
Yunan
this,
says, I need to fix the bees. I
here's
need
what we're
to
gonna
fix
do.
infusing from Mecha. Also check Discord. I quit for my brain. I'll pop back again when John plays another weekend.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna put a chest down on top of each of these so I can see what pixels are like closest to whatever that color is. But I think this is like that one and this one and like most of this line here. Maybe this. And then like that line up there too. And that one. And then like this color would be right here. And then that would be the rest. Oh, that's already that. So maybe this would be the rest of that line there? I think so. So stripped spruce logs for the rest of that second line and then up one up two. So let's do that real quick and see how it looks. Did I do that already? Dark oak. Oh, this is dark oak. I meant to do the spruce. Acacia maybe? Maybe. If there's something specific you're looking for, I do... I didn't do spruce. Why didn't I do spruce? Did I do spruce? I did do spruce. I just wasn't placing it down. Guess who's back? Welcome back. Okay, so we said that whole line there is what we're doing with this. And then I think we're doing 3 above it too, right? Like these 3 here, and then 1 out there, and those 3 there. So 1, 2, 3. This one. And then for the sides, at least, I'm just going to be able to copy paste it. In fact, I may even be able to copy paste the front on the sides. So those 3 at the top, so these 3 right here as well. Okay. Something like that. This is going to be such a pain, but I think the only reason I'm so like intent on doing this because I think once it's done, it's going to look so good. Like I'm actually so excited for what it's going to look like. Okay. Are those these bottom ones too? I think it's this one, that one, and those. So skip 1, go 2, skip 2, go 1, skip 2, go 1. Okay. Skip 1, go 2, skip 2, go 1, skip 2, go 1. I think that's right. It is. Okay. So we've got the darkest parts done. Let's go with the actual terracotta now. I think the terracotta is going to be... I think it's going to be most of this line right here, right? And then like that one, this one. It's not quite dark enough to be this. I think that's what we're going to do. So that whole third line. Is it the third on the inside, including the border? It is. So skip 2. Okay. All right, guys. You guys can calm down. or not. That's really up to y'all. So skip to third line. It is most of this one straight across. So we're just going to do a straight line across, and then I'm going to come back and remove whatever I think needs to be removed from that. And then it's also the middle line on the lid of the chest. I think the only things that need to be removed from that are possibly the last two. This one, and then the middle line on the lid. I think that's right-ish. This is going to look so bad once it's done, and I'm going to be so sad about it. So I think we do oak, stripped oak next. Because I think there's going to be a lot of it. I think it's going to be whatever this color is. So it's going to be the top corner, right after it, skip to, place to. That one, right after it, skip to, place to. And then I think the third one was close enough for this too. It looks like garbage, doesn't it? It looks so bad. I'm so bad at this. And then there's two darker ones here. And then it's the corner as well. Maybe it just looks bad because I'm still building it. We can hope it's that, right? I think this is too light. Stripped jungle log. Where's that gonna go? So stripped jungle logs. That's gonna be next, I guess. I don't even know what color that's close to anymore. No, we should keep doing the oak because I didn't do anything at the bottom of the oak. So the second tier, it's 3, skip 1, and then 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, skip 1, and then 1. Oh, that step up's going crazy. Okay. And then this one, and then 2 more there. So this one. How far up did I go? I didn't count that. Okay, so we got that bottom corner. And then skip 2, and then place 2. So skip 2, place 2. And honestly, at this point, I may just start filling stuff in. We're getting close, but I think I'm being too picky about the color palette. It does need some more dark around the handle. Well, we got a lot of dark around the handle. I think it needs to come down a little further, though. So, like, that's going to look like this. Based on that. Well, that's a lighter color, but whatever. And then stripped oak. I could go with some more. I just made the assembler matrix. Am I supposed to remove all my patterns, or do I keep it in my old auto crafting setup? The assembler matrix stores all your patterns for you, so you should put them all there. That is what I would recommend doing, at least. Okay, so I'm going to use this for a lot of these random ones along the bottom here. It may have too much texture, but at least those ones there looked like they were this. Like these guys right here. And then that's a little bit of a lighter shade. I feel like the terracotta is way too red. Is it not? Yellow. But I also don't necessarily think the yellow terracotta goes... Well, it actually is not bad. It might be the fill-in for the rest of this. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Okay. I think a lot of the rest of it's going to be yellow, right? I think all of this here. So like 1, 2, 3. That all is going to be pretty yellow. This is looking so dumb. I feel like I'm doing such a bad job. 3, so we're gonna go 4 and then down and hook. That's 3, the 4th, down and hook.
Alessium says, then, once you are LL done, use create to open the lid and make a pink colored chest monster pop up like a Jack in the Box.
That would be sick. So I need to make yellow dye. I'm just gonna make this by hand real quick. I don't have to mess with it anymore. And then a lot of this is gonna be this yellow terracotta. Because it's the closest, I think, to the actual color that I can find for most everything in here. So the 2 directly under need to be this. And then we're gonna offset by 2 as well. So that. This one. Bingo bango. And then I'm gonna also make sure I'm filling in behind here too. Probably with the right color. Because the plan is to be able to copy paste this using the copy paste tool to the other side, so that way I don't have to do it again. I want to watch the rest of the stream, but I gotta go back to look up ours to see how to make that tablet work. I've had the match to craft the tablet and brazier, but I'm missing something. Gotcha. We're gonna put those 2 there. And then the plan, I think it was those 2. And then there and there. I'm getting close here. I'm getting really close. So the bottom and the middle would be this, and then a really light brown, like a stripped oak log. So that should be something like that. And then I think most of the rest of this gets that too. Like this and that. And I think I'm replacing all of the normal terracotta with yellow. Because I think it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. All but the last 2. And then this one up here gets the same thing. Was gone for a bit. This looks so sick. You think it looks sick? Because I'm kind of like worried that it's going to look awful. If I'm being completely honest. I am losing confidence in this build as we go along. Okay. So then there's a little bit more right here, and this gets a little bit. And then, so that line's fine. The light one is okay. I think it needs a little bit more of the jungle for like these ones right here. I tried to color match maybe a little too well. Missed when it started. What are we making the giant chest for? It's where we're going to move all of our storage to. We're just trying to create some like actual nice aesthetic builds in the world, because everything I've done so far is just on this flat cobblestone island. And so I'm making a chest so that I can move all of my storage wall into there, as well as all of my AE2 storage. All of that's going to go into there. Reminds me of a honeycomb bee house I made. Yeah, where did you make it look like an actual honeycomb? Okay. Let's finish up the top real quick. So I need basically this. Oak is going to go right here. What goes directly above the latch? Directly above the latch is darker. So we're going to go with the strip spruce for right above. And then most of that is like a yellow to an orange. I think we'll go with this there. Give me my yellow back right there. And then I want stripped spruce. The jungle probably goes best there, honestly. And then right above this is where we said we're going to put the strip spruce. How about does it look? Does it look anything like it's supposed to? Yeah, I think I showed it to you the same build you did to the tree. Oh, yeah. You did the every productive tree. That was crazy. That was dedication. That was absolute dedication. Yo, what's up, Bowman? How's it going? Okay. Honestly, I don't hate it as much as I used to. We're getting there. I think I'm just going to put a lot more oak in here, because like that line there is dark, This line's still dark, but it's not. Maybe that's jungle. Maybe we go jungle there. I take it that can looks a bit too yellow. It probably is too yellow, but I can't find a color. I can't find a color that looks good there. I'm trying my best. There's a decent chance that we replace a lot of the yellow though. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, that's not bad. Over there, it's the same on that side. So I need these right here. Probably with stripped acacia. Didn't I make some of that? Some stripped acacia? Okay. That is like so orange. Do we think that's gonna look good? I'm willing to give it a shot. It just seems like it's gonna be like almost just as orange as this is yellow, you know? Yeah, I mean, that is even oranger than the terracotta was. I don't, you know? That is it's aggressively orange. Okay. Let's see. It should be deep slate bricks for that. Yeah, Acacia's not it for sure. Okay, so I need some more dark on that side, which we're kind of filling in with the jungle, and then some spruce. There's a couple spruces in here, and then we filled in most of the rest of it with jungle.
Are you Daltonist by any chance?
Am I Daltonist? I don't even know what that or who that, or is that a person? Is it an ideology? Is it like I'm isolationist? Anarchist? What? That's a great question. I have no clue how to answer it because I don't know what it is. When it's because I made the bricks with a stone cutter? Maybe. Okay. Colorblind? Am I colorblind? No, I'm not colorblind. I'm not colorblind. I'm just bad, all right? There's a difference. But also, there's no colors that match with this. It's like a weird combination of yellow, brown, and orange all at the same time in different forms, but none of the oranges or the yellows or even really the browns mix. Give a video on it. Second time use it. It shouldn't. You should be able to, if you break it, you'll get your stuff back too. I didn't know that it was a form of color blindness. It's on me. Pioneered by random Dalton. Yeah, it's like being a Chad. It's like Chadisms, right? Okay. But to answer your question, no, I'm not colorblind in any way, shape, or form. I literally just have no clue what I'm doing. And now I'm kind of just at the point where I'm over it and I'm kind of just filling stuff in. Because I know it's not going to look right either way. How am I going to get that color? I think that's the color I'm missing. What about terracotta?
Parasite
we had terracotta in there.
Kidding.
No, you're good. But it's like too purple and red. It doesn't match anything. It's you know, like all the colors we have are very vibrant and out there and like pretty, and all the colors we need are very dull in yellow and orange and brown. But like ever so slightly different shades of yellow, orange, and brown. You know? Dude, there may be some productive tree ones that are decent, but none that I have right now. Doing the colors relative to each other rather than trying to match the exact texture. Yeah, that's probably smart. Probably should have done that. I definitely should have done that. But here we are. And honestly, I'm pretty close. I think if I could figure out a nice, whatever that color is right there. Thought it was brown. Yeah, if I could find a nice whatever that is, I think I'd be pretty good. But that's like a green almost, like a green orange. I thought, what color are you looking for? A block similar to the chest color? I'm looking for blocks similar to all of these chest colors, and I'm not finding any. You have to find one that's slightly darker than the ones above it. Yeah, exactly. So that is what I'm looking for, and I think if I can find it, I'm going to fill the rest of it in. So let's see if we can't find something like that. Which I don't even know. I mean, it's like a gray kind of, but not really. It's like an orange gray, right? Like exactly a mustard color. They don't have mustard. Oh, they do have mustard. Oh, what we're looking for. Dripstone? That's not a bad shout. Dripstone. I've got some. I think if I take the pointed, I can make it into actual dripstone. See how close this is. Got a weird texture on it, but it's not. I mean, maybe if I squinted at it, right? I think it's looking good. I could never do this because I'd be too much effort on my part. Look at the concrete colors too. Okay, let's go look at like a light gray concrete, maybe. Concrete. Yeah, it's taking a lot more effort than I expected it to. Maybe a brown concrete powder. How's that? You know what? We might just use it for the sake of doing it. A chisel of it. Can you chisel dripstone? Is that a thing? Where's my chisel station at? This guy. Dripstone. Oh, you can. Okay, hold up. How's this look? That sticks out so much. Oh. I feel like I maybe am trying too hard on something that probably doesn't matter as much. You know? I don't know. Is the brown concrete? No, it just looks more brown. Doesn't it? It does look substantially more brown. Dude, I don't even know at this point because I don't know what that color is. Mud? Mud, hold up. That might be really, really brown, but it might be. It's dark. Okay, so get in here. Mud, craft that. That's gonna be really dark. Yeah, it is too dark. Packed mud? Mud bricks, packed mud. Okay, give me a second. We're gonna break this real quick. Packed mud. I think we might just do it for the sake of doing it. I like it. Yellow terracotta is like really yellow. That's the problem. I think we're going to make a bunch of packed mud. And I think it's going to be close enough because it is darker. And darker is really what we're looking for this and for that. I think a bone block would probably be too light. Let's make some more mud real quick. I didn't really want to make that much, but here we are. Make a bunch of this. Let's fill in the rest and see how bad it looks. And that. I mean, you can tell what it is. It's not worth anything. Right? I'm trying to match all the different shades. Just pick 3 that are really close and just use those. That's not a bad idea either. How bad do we think it looks? Scale of 1 to 10. Give me scales of 1 to 10. That's what I need. Give me 1 to 10. How do we think this looks? Because I'm going to be honest, it's close enough where I might say it's good enough. You know? 3. That's what I get. I get a 3. I'm going to be honest, I was thinking 4. I was thinking 4 or 5. I was kind of sad that the first one that came in was like less than what I thought. It's definitely not yellow enough. There's no question about that. But I don't know how to, I mean, we got the yellow terracotta. We could probably go through with like a little bit more in here and make it a little bit more yellow. Like toss in a couple more like here. That makes it more yellow. We tried. There's quite a bit of jungle logs in there. If I squint real hard, a 7, but realistically, it's like a 4. I agree. The yellow didn't really help it much there. I think we go back with the packed mud on that. But I agree. Overall, the build does need to be more yellow if I wanted it to be more color accurate. Stripped acacia is so incredibly orange. It's ridiculous. It kind of looks like a sophisticated storage oak chest. Yeah. That's what we were going for. 100%. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to need everybody to do. Squint real hard at it, right? Squint at it. Tough. Let's take a look at tough real quick. It's so gray. You know? So it's not that it wouldn't work. It's just that it's so gray relative to any color in the chest. That's the problem. Like every individual block is such a vibrant color. The closest I could probably do is maybe make a chest of chest, you know? If I squint with my bad vision, it looks great. Thank you. Maybe it's the latch is what making it look like a chest. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue with either. And the outline and the latch. I feel like I did really good on the latch. Blend oak with tough. There's a lot of spruce in there. So this stuff right here is all spruce log. But we use it as a dark color because it is dark. It almost needs like a puke green. Exactly. And they don't make that. It's like such an odd color. It's such an odd color. Like you did, like you could do all a single color to fill it, even if it's the right color. I mean, that's not a bad point. Like if I found something that's like really close to the color it actually is, like the brown concrete powder or something, just fill it all in with that. Or like, how far off is like actual oak planks? Oak planks. Way off. Not even close. Not even close. Okay. What are y'all's thoughts? Because I'm going to be honest. I'm happy enough with that where I could live with it. And then I could fill in. Yeah, you're right. It didn't look like a chest at all. It's not even close. Barrel would have been easier, but less iconic. You're right. The botanist workbench on the oak and see what else it can give you. It's not a bad idea. All right, oak, stripped oak logs. That's all the same color scheme. How about these? It's also yellow. It's not. Of the mosaic, maybe the closest like to actually being a color. And that's just because it blends all those others back in. But even that, like I could maybe use it for these here, but it's too light really for those. Jungle planks instead of the yellow. Give me a second. Let's go look at jungle planks real quick. Jungle planks. How does this measure up? If I could do, you know what? I don't hate that, but I think I might like the mosaic or the polish. Hold up, boys. We may be cooking on something here. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's take out a section of the yellow and see how much better it looks with this. If it looks better at all. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to look basically the same. Looks the same. Brown wool is just really, really brown. It's like the same colors as like these and the outside. That's all that matters is that I'm proud and happy with it. You like it better than the yellow? I go either way. I feel like this is looking less and less like this actual chest, and kind of like what Tortzen said, like it looks like a chest because it's got the latch, you know? Soul Scent's not a bad shout. Take a look. Soul Scent, that's going to be so dark though. It's the same color as the outline. The exposed copper. It's not bad. How am I going to get it to that point? Leave it out? It probably would be closer to the actual color there. Some dude on Reddit that made a full color palette from MC Blocks. Of course there is. I probably need to do that, but I don't know if I care enough. Let's do this. I think I'm good enough with this where I am going to make the copy paste tool real quick. Or cut, paste, copy, paste gadget. And we're going to go ahead. This is a challenge, but simplified version would probably look better. I mean, you're right. I think I'm going to leave it though. Okay. That. Actually, I don't want to copy the border, do I? And then I'm going to need to make sure I have all of those blocks in here. Let's try that again real quick. That there. Besides the border, maybe one for an internal outline, another for filling color. That's not a bad idea. But I don't need that bar either. Well, that's fine. We can leave it. The yellow color as full to fill the border. Extra latch would be pretty good. I agree. Does anyone else agree on such with? It is. I didn't see that at all. The chest is happy to see you. Okay. How? What's the set? How do I get into settings for it? Is it H? No, it's not H. How do I get into settings for this thing, the copy paste, where I can switch it to paste? And then we're going to try to paste it on the other sides real quick. See what it does. Oh, it is G. Controls, keybinds, key, G. I changed keypad to the numpad for those. G, but you got to fix keybinds. Got it. What is the one it's opening up right now? What is G doing? What is this called? Because that's all I think if we get rid of that, then we're fine. Probably this. Nope. It's Ortec. EG. Label gun. This thing? No, that's right. That's not even G. S mode. That's mechanism, railcraft, curios, guide me, building gadgets. That's the one I want it to be. Miscellaneous. So now. Okay, good. Swap it to paste. Okay. I need to be pasting this on a block. How do I rotate? Rotate. Okay, so I need to put some sort of a block here, right? One lower, one lower. Right there. Does that look right? All right, the other thing I'm going to do, because I'm not going to have near, that looks so bad. It looks so dumb. I'm actually kind of bummed. I spent so much time on that just for it to look garbage. I'm going to run this through here real quick. That way I can pull direct out. If I use an anchor and then set the coordinates, I could do that. that would probably be a much better way to do it. But because I'm already here, set that right there. And that should be correct. And then I just got to go back through and fill in whatever it doesn't do on its own. But it looks like it's getting pretty close. We ran out of yellow terracotta. Yeah, it was pretty empty there at the end. Yeah, we definitely ran out of yellow terracotta. Okay. So, scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are we all in this build? Overall, not garbage, just working with a huge amount of constrained value. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wouldn't think it would be so difficult, because it shouldn't be, but somehow it is. I'm gonna put that right there. And then this is also yellow terracotta. That. All of those there. We got the spruce logs up the sides. And then the dark is in the middle. It does look kind of like a chest at least. It's something, right? Spruce. And I put a lot of jungle over here too. We're just kind of filling in. This is just like so much missing. But it is basically this line and then a square. And then a lot of that is stripped oak. I don't seem to have on me. Me too. The chest easy, that's fair. Give it googly eyes. I have to suffer, so everyone does. Oh. Get some of these filled in with whatever the closest I have on me is, because I'm really never going to look at the back at all. So I'm not super worried about it. Polished jungle planks I feel like would have actually looked good. I don't want that. Pretty decent. Had I considered going with more of those, but so a lot of that is those. It's not dripstone, but it's close to dripstone. It's more, it's a packed mud? Packed mud. And then over here, we're mostly just missing yellow. So that's yellow. That can be that. Don't care. This whole thing, this line's yellow. Oh, I just realized I gotta do the top too. Then... Sure. At this point, I'm just putting random blocks in because they're not sides I care as much about. Perfect. As long as it's all filled in and it looks to my chest like, then I'll be happy enough. You know what? You know what? I think other than the fact that there's no latch on the other sides and that part looks dumb. Some to your beard. Yikes. Under JI, what is the pale yellow? This one? Somewhere in the middle. This curled yellow terracotta? That would have been pretty good, I think. That's closer to the color. It's less electric yellow or vibrant yellow. You know what? I'm going to be proud of it. I don't think it's crazy good, but I think it's good enough for my intents and purposes. Now the question is, if I were to hypothetically use a cut paste tool, would it keep all the data from the chest? You know? Replace the vibrant yellow with that yellow. You know what? From over here, it's not bad. It's not bad. Again, squinting at it. Okay, would you guys recommend me just break all these chests and move them over individually? Or should I copy paste or cut paste? Or what do you think? What armor is that? What buffs does it offer? It's just all the Modium armor, but I used a lot of Apothic stuff on it. So it's pretty maxed out. We got some crazy health numbers and stuff like that. But Apotheosis is really what you're looking for there. You could just break and replace them. It's fantastic. Just never get within 100 meters. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. I don't really want to break it all because they're going to fall. Am I picking them up? Did I turn on? No, I didn't. Where are they going? I picked up one drawer. Any thoughts? Any ideas? And that has no contents in it. Empty your inventory. Inventory is empty. Backpack doesn't have a magnet upgrade on it. We're going to toss all of that. Got just a couple tools on us. One of which I actually need. It could be from it, but I don't know what. So this doesn't have a magnet on it. This has a magnet, but it's too far away.
Lex Unam says, backpack, or the magnet FRM the seed.
I don't think there was anything in them. I'm not too worried about it. See, they're just not going here. Where are they going? Where are they going? It can't be this. I'm going to take the advanced magnet upgrade out anyways. It's not... Oh, I have the magnet upgrade on. Yeah, my magnet is on. It's just not going to me. Are they going in here? No. Can you look them up in the system? It might be those. I honestly have no clue if it's these or not. These have upgrades installed on them? Boy, it does have... Okay, so it's probably those. Why is he going straight into the system? I don't think I have that on. I don't have the magnet upgrade for that. Okay, I'm getting them now. I'm gonna turn my magnet on. Okay, I think I'm getting them. I think I was freaking out because I wasn't getting a noise. Maybe. Okay. So all of the rest, well, there's a couple more here. We're going to do the next two lines, I think. I've got the room too. All right. And we're going to fly over. We're going to put all this in. Mostly because some of these things actually have things in them. And then we're going to do this wall with these. I don't necessarily want to do all the empty ones yet. I'd rather do stuff with stuff in them. And then I want to leave a 1 block gap on each side. There we go. And I think we're just going to go higher. And then I might do an A2 storage wall on the other side. No, there's no floor in there yet. Yeah, the magnet was on. It just wasn't making a noise, and so it kind of freaked me out a little bit. Part of me wants to ulti-mine him. That honestly was not a bad idea. And now we got them all. Okay, now we're going to go put them all down. Now, the problem with doing this is that means my other stuff is going to fill up incredibly quickly, like from my Geor farm and all the auto hammering and all of that. Means ideally, I probably need to get this hooked back up relatively-ish soon, which we probably also could just turn off all those things Because I'm at the point where I don't exactly need the resources. I think I'd prefer them not to back up on me. Maybe. Hey, oh, it almost was. There's no way there's one left. All right, we're ditching that one. And we're going to replace it with the one that has stuff in it. There we go. And then we're just not going to put this one in. Let's put that back in there. Or in the system. What? There it goes. Okay. I just finished my storage network thanks to your videos. Thank you very much. Hey, heck yeah, no problem. Maybe craft an E-chest and controller so to not overfill your farms. And then run them at the same time. I could do that. But I think more likely what I'm going to do is just turn them off for now. So like break this, they'll fill up and I'm okay with that. And then the Geor farm, I can just like actually turn off. And then this chest here is going to have a bunch of stuff in it, but I kind of need to figure out how to live without this chest anyways. Let's do this real quick though. I need stack upgrades. Stack. Grab one of these, and we're going to toss him into there. We're going to sort that. Okay, much better. Much better. So. Oh, that's right. These have nowhere to push the thing anymore. Let's grab the storage controller. We're going to bring it with us. All right. The video on mystical agriculture saved me today. Heck yeah, I'm so glad. I'm very glad. That's the goal, is to make videos that are actually helpful. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I don't know if I really want it attached to the drawer wall or not. What if we put it there? And then... there we go. I'm going to create a couple more diamond upgrades just so I can do stuff from anywhere with this thing. Raids? Okay, I can make 3 more. Oh. That's right. That's right. Let me grab some of those. And let me grab some of these. And we'll throw those things in there and in here. And then make 3 of these. And then put them all in there. That way the range is upgraded all the way. Now what we could do is do a wireless connector to here. Wireless connector. Arrange. And then... do we still have the store ME... get a storage bus before. Do I have that on me? Is it in my backpack or something? Is it still out there? Let's go take a look. Under the island for AEK. Yeah, we're going to run everything we can completely hidden. Didn't I have that hooked up to AE somehow? Oh, it's hooked up right here. So that's fine. I can link it to that. That'll be easy. I'm going to grab the linking tool. At functional. I need that and that. I forgot I had an access point all the way over there. That honestly is kind of ideal for now. All right, figure to there. Add multiple U to U. Everything else I think is going to be single. Add that guy. So now it should have access to all that stuff again. Could add all these back, but I'm kind of thinking more about moving all of that stuff to like an agricultural farm at some point, so I don't feel like adding most of that back yet. Certainly not any of those drawers. Why on earth is that full of that? That is weird. We're gonna lock that with 2K. That's not supposed to have that in there. How hard it's gonna be for me to pull it out either. And if I put it back, it's just gonna... No, we're actually making a dent here. Let's pull it all out real quick. Why is it putting more in? What's it linked to? Is it linked to the drawers somehow? Pro tip when doing Under the Island for AE cables, the video I got it.
Lex Unam says, pro tip when doing create stuff, you can use shulk sensors to wireless send a signal to the create stuff I order to make the mouth of the chest op.
Ooh, very nice. So is this somehow hooked up to that? It's not. So how is it getting sent there? That doesn't make any sense to me. What is pushing stuff into here? Does this have a polling upgrade in it? And where is it coming from? I've never been more confused than it's literally not hooked up to anything. The only thing it should be getting is the stuff that's right below it, right? Which is the stone block generator stuff. So I'm just going to literally put a new chest down. Yeah, that's what it should have in it. What the heck? All right, add those. This thing is still told to pull, so that'll be fine again. I do need to move all of those as well. It was unlocked and linked. How is it linked, though? Are all of the other chests still linked? The linking tool. I don't know. I don't know. It's wild. It's weird. I'm unsure. Nothing makes sense anymore. But it's also not pulling stuff in. Am I linked to... No, because all of that's linked, and this is linked. What is that linked to? Let me remove. Okay. That's not a part of anything anymore. Not that it should have been to begin with, but... what else is storage related? We've got our A2 ME drives here that we could probably move over real quick. I think what we're going to do for that is dump literally everything out of our inventory because this is about to make a huge mess. Actually, we're going to do these one by one. I was going to break them and then just pick them all up off the ground. We're not going to do that. We're going to actually take everything out. And then throw it all in here real quick. Along with these. And then I don't have a pickaxe anymore. What are the odds it's in here? Not gonna be. Nope. So we're breaking it with an axe. Okay. Got those. We are gonna need to do a wireless access point, which I may not have access to anymore. Didn't think about that. Did not think about that. Okay, so we're thinking about doing a wall here. They're all in my backpack. And then fill all of these up real quick. I think the wireless access points are all in there too. What's the point of making a bigger ME controller? You get more channels, so you can do more with it. That's really about it. It's nothing too crazy. Yeah, they are all in there. Well, in that case, I think I'm gonna have to take everything back. Do you have a video on how to automate disk drives? Making the 256K is rough. Priorities on the... We will... I think all of these already have priorities set on them. Pretty sure. But we will be doing that for sure. I know...
Elysium says, priorities on the Me drives.
I think we have the priority set on... Well, I actually don't have that. It's not hooked up with an ME... Okay, so that means it is still the same priority because it's hooked up over there. Let me, real quick, do this. And we're going to put probably just the items. I don't think I care about fluid stuff yet. And any of the items that are empty, well, we're just gonna... I'm not gonna mess around with that. Just save time just to put them all in here. And then go back through, open this up, grab that, grab these. Wireless connector right there. Wirelessly connect to it. Fly over here. Hopefully it's not too far. I don't think it is. But then we're gonna put that in the corner. Hook it up. That can go there. Perfect. And then if I do end up needing to run cables for extras, which I probably will because I only want to use all 32. I'm going to run those in the ground, or yeah, I'll just run them in the ground. But now we should actually have access to all of these things because I pulled out what I was going to need prior to actually breaking them all. What do I think of life in the USA? You know what? It's nice. I feel like I'm afforded a lot of luxuries because of that. It's not bad. I enjoy it here. Part of the USA I'm in, at least. I can't necessarily speak for all of it. There's a lot going on here, but I like the part I'm in. People are nice. Okay, so that should be fine now. We should have everything. Grab a pickaxe back out. That'll work. Excellent. Throw that back up in there. Sucks where you're at.
Alessium says, America.
I would probably think the same thing if I lived where you do. Okay, so some of this is going to be pickaxe, some of it's going to be a normal axe. If it's a shovel, I'm going to try to clean up everything real quick. All right, much better. Nice and cleaned up. Plus all of that back into there. So all storage is now being housed in the gigantic chest that I need to put an actual lid on at some point.
Unam says, living there is good when you don't get sick.
That's fair. That's fair. The hospital systems are not the best in the world. Kind of sometimes it feels like you're getting scammed, but that is what it is. Last time the Polish president was talking. Let's see where I'm at. That's unfortunate. What about fluid drives? Instead, you use fluid drawers. That's fair. You can use either one. I just use the drives because it's easier. I can run everything through AE2. High priced, yeah. Yep. There are more homeless than there are homes. That's such a sad state of affairs. Okay. All right. I think we got most of the storage moved. I actually really liked that. What if... No, I don't want to do that. It'd be dumb. You never know. Yes. Oh. Making John B. Neo out here. Are you saying because I'm dodging questions or what? We are low on that. That's interesting. Let's see. I could go ahead and hook these back up if I could grab some ME cables. Cables. We're just going to plug it in direct. Right. Did I not turn that off? I thought I turned that off. Whatever. There we go. They should work again. Not that I should be using them, but they do work. Okay, I feel like we've actually made some progress today towards building a reasonably nice looking base. Or we're getting closer, you know? You know why my builder says not enough power when I have the reinforced reactor just for... I have no idea. But insurance is... Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a very good point. I'm still trying to figure out what I want. Like, obviously, I want this to be the power. We could just put all power here. You know? Get it? Because he made the rings of power. Right? What? How much room do we think we're going to have in there for, like, reactors and such? Builder has a limit on each side. Energy island for reactor in the future. Nuclear reactor around it. Builder only accepts 20k max from one side. Makes sense. Here's what I'm thinking. Each island has a name. and have purpose. This is storage island, hence that. This is going to be power island. So we're going to put all of our nitro reactors here. And then eventually the draconic thing will go on top, right? Right? Doesn't that make sense? I feel like that actually makes so much sense. Right? And then we can work on like the rest of the stuff, like the logistical or something like that. But I feel like that's thematic and makes sense.
The builder's weird just get weird. The issue is you need to infuse it to have better energy, but it does not work. It will be always the same, if W.
Yeah, that is weird. It works, it works. It does all make sense. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense. I feel like it's actually coming together here. And then all I have to do is like take this wireless connector with the interface and combine it with all of my nitro reactors that we're doing. Hear me out. What if we did it as a loop around? And then like the 4 sides can go out as like gates, like as if it was like a big black wall around.
Says, do extreme reactor. In the same space you do a lot of power. 1 reactor plus turbine will give you times that. I know it will, but hear me out. We could do that on a separate island. And for this one, we could do the power ones that are dark and black and thematic. Right? It's thematic. And then we could do like a full loop around. I have no idea how spacing on that would work. And it probably would add so much lag to the world. But I feel like it would be cool. And therefore I may do it. Because if I did that, and then on the inside, I just ran a single loop of these item pipes, and then had the plugs on the outside, I think it'd be sick. There's a machine to infuse it, gyms to do, I don't remember how it goes. Cool, lag equals good. Exactly. If it's for a purpose, right? So this would be the center there. I'm just going to mark the centers out real quick. Parasite says, soon they will nerf those turbine prob.
That one, oh, they're going to nerf everything. I'm shocked some of the stuff is still, like, you can still go to 256 with a time wand. I'm shocked nobody's done a speed run of it yet. You know? There will be. There's a plan. There is a plan for that. There's a draconic reactor, or a draconic battery, that's going to go right there. And these are going to go way further out and be expanded and probably be way taller. But that's what's going to go there. Alfred's working on it. Dude, I would get on it quick because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I've seen some of his like kind of walkthroughs, but
a circle of nitro reactors with draconic crystals feeding power up to the eye so you can see the pulses of energy flowing into the eye. Lex Unam says, stop thinking in 2D.
Sick.
You can do the cables underground.
Oh, that's actually a great point. Can I plug it in underground? Or does the plug have to be there? I could 100% do the cables underground. That's a fantastic point. So that just means on the nitro reactor side, I need like that easily. Why? What? Why? What? Okay, so does that mean it's just not connected? Because this definitely has that. We're doing that. Give me the linking tool. I gotta figure out what that button is bound to. It's missing a storage bus, but it has a storage. Right here. This controller access point has access to all of those. It has a storage bus, and that storage bus is hooked up to the ME system. Tell me I'm wrong. That should work, right? And it's online.
Lex Unam says, the second one do not have it.
Oh, did I turn it off? Can you do that? Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, using a storage bus on the main controller is probably the way to go anyways, but this was functioning, like, prior to me moving everything. Now the question is, do I another wireless connector for that, or do I branch off the one that's... I'm going to need all 32 from the one that's there. So let's grab another wireless connector real quick. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. What if we just replace it? And put that right there. It has access now. Maybe it just needed to be replaced. I can, because I can get those now. I wonder if... Give me a second. I said 1,000 of these. Is it working now? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I just need blaze rods. Okay, all right, I can live with that. All right, we're gonna find that control real quick because that is absolutely killing me. Whatever crafting grid, that one. Get rid of that. Done, done, done. Back to game C. Make sure. Yep, we're good now. Perfect. Quantum multi-block is not needed. Only one quantum core. Yeah, I'm just using one quantum core. This guy right here for all of my auto crafting. I have made it before. I just made it to make it, really. But you don't really need it. This works fine. And we've used this for like 15 people playthroughs as well. But it looks like replacing that worked. I'm going to put some more thought and time into how I want to split the rest of this up. It's a lot faster for some crafts, though. Like what? Probably for like the Inferium up to Insanium. Get rid of the message in chat that's also bound to C. I did see that. I just didn't care as much. Key C. Any ideas on what that one is?
Lex Unam says,
Full config?
I dare you do the controller I did on the ATM10 server.
Yeah, it's gone now. The controller I did on the ATM10 server. Which controller did you do? It didn't seem... The one that's in like the main base? Because that didn't seem super, super complicated. No, not the Sath troller. That one was built, but it wasn't necessary. I think Lex did the other one, right? The main one we're using. Is that right? Are you using ZXC on 789? I don't know what that is. I'm so confused. It's on Discord. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's very similar to the one that I built in the past. Binds for item slots. No, I'm not. I can, I just don't. I just scroll. So the only thing I think I'm missing here is some blaze rods, and then other than that, we can pretty much go crazy. So I feel like it may be worth cardboard boxing this. And then picking him up and taking him and putting him inside the mob farm. I think I can put him right here. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, I should put a cardboard box over the top of that one. Not what I meant to do. Pull that off. Put this here. Undo it. Put a lever on it. So that should get me. Oh, we're gonna slash home from there. Slash home. I'm not about to try. Dude, I didn't realize how many times I get that message. Jeez. That should get us plenty of blaze rods, though. Oh, this isn't sending in. That's not linked anymore. Add it. So that should now
Lex Unam says,
work.
Chat has been telling John like 3 hours ago that the Draconic battery's bigger, but Johns is ignoring us and then blame us for not telling him on.
I know it's bigger, but we can redesign when we get to that point. The thing is, I'm nowhere near that point yet, so I'm not super worried about it. You know? Surely that makes at least a little bit of sense. Okay, why is this not accepting anything? I just need to break it and replace it, just like I did before. Oh, there goes that item pipe. Grab this guy. Throw him back down. How about now? There it goes. All right, now we're working correctly. Blaze rods? Or are all the blazes being killed by this? Yeah, now we're getting blaze rods. Okay. Can I set this to low and then get a lever for it and then turn it on when I want it? Do like that there. If I put the sword in and then turn it off. Perfect. Much better. Okay. So now I just need to take these two things and go actually put up a spot in the drawers for them.
Lex Unam says, there's a lot in the server I want to show John.
Yes, and I will get back on. I really had big plans for today, and I really wanted to do this. And so here we are doing it, all right? I will get back on. I promise I'm not just abandoning the All the Mods 10 playthrough. I gotta go watch Beard. Go for it. Okay. I think we got blaze rods coming in now. As soon as we get enough... Actually, let's go ahead and do nitro. Probably do like 400 or 500 of them. You can probably do 200 of them. There we go. We're just gonna make a bunch of those. And like I said, we're gonna surround this whole island in them, and it's gonna look sick. Please make the door 3 wide. It won't matter. This door? Well, the point is that we're gonna close it. And then you don't even know there's a door there. You know? That's the point of it. Ideally, I don't really have to come in here very often because I can grab all of this from the AE system. That's what we're going for. Where was the door? Oh, that's not even the side the door's on.
David Banman says, 27 reactors is 1K reactor blocks.
That's one. Okay. Well, now I gotta figure out how many I need. I don't even know if this thing is square. We may end up changing the size of this. Did this thing have tape measures? Tape measure. It does. Okay. You. To you. Okay, so that's 59. That's 56. So we're definitely going to square it up. That's for sure. 59 this way, 56 that way. So I think we go...
David Banman says, look out, the tape measure is scuffed.
It's scuffed?
Alessium says, Lex, size of the door, doesn't matter, face with tongue.
Oh. Lex, you're right. I know. Crystalix blocks will camo will make it 3 times as big. Okay, got you. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we go 3 more blocks this way to make it 59 by 59. Which is 10 block less than what it would be cool.
That tape is weird. When it said 59, it is actually 60.
Really? So does that mean the same is true for this one? Like, is this actually... Really, I just wanted to know the difference between the two, right? So if there's a 3 block difference, then I should be able to use like a stick, grass blocks, and just go 3, right? Because I don't actually need to know the number. I just needed to know to make sure it's square. Okay. So now it should be 59 by 59. With this relatively being in the center-ish. Probably not too close to the center, but that's fine. Who cares? Nobody's counting. We can actually check. I'm going to go to the opening of the doorway. Okay, 28. 27. I'm happy with that. That's close enough. That'll do just fine by me. Okay. Remember that the 3 wide
Lex Unong
makes a
says,
difference. Also,
remember
with the
that the
feral
3
lanterns, you get a
wide
ton of orbs.
walking, it makes the difference.
True.
Also put feral lanterns or UWLLL get a ton of OBS.
Yeah, feral. Are they here? There they are. Feral flare lanterns. I'm gonna grab 4, and actually for now, I'm just gonna put them here. And we're gonna do this. And that. I do have the mega torches down, so the mobs wouldn't be that bad. And yeah, the Arge mobs are going to spawn either way, and I'm fine with them. I don't. They'll do whatever. But now that's nice and lit up, other than possibly the corners, but there's only so much you could do. Okay. I got to put a lid on the chest at some point. We got to move and create all of those Arge reactors for this. I think so far in the playthrough, I've not done anything off camera. Like literally every bit of the playtime in this world is on camera. I might switch that up. I might do some things off camera just to actually get the new base design progressing. But we'll see. We'll see. There's a chance. But that's it for now. That's the time I had. I gotta go get some dinner. I got plans for tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. PT, you're ridiculous. Freaking Cryptex, you're wild. Thank you so much. And then Looney, I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are all awesome.
Says, we have a real Minecrafter in here. Some don't finish the backs. This one don't do the roof.
You got me. Yeah, off-camera mining. It's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, probably some off-camera building, and I'll probably finish the top of that chest. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.